Walk us through this initial sale where you raised $3.5 million, and then take us to the B20 project.
Okay, cool. So Beeple is very well regarded and very well known because he's been making a piece of digital art every day for the last 14 years. His auction that's at Christie's that starts tomorrow is actually called the first 5,000. So it's a compilation of the first 5,000 pieces, which I think is from when he started to like one day this past January. And that's what's going up for auction at Christie's starting tomorrow. And so when in December, when I was like on Nifty Gateway and I was like looking at drops and it was starting to like make an impression and I was really starting to delve deeper on NFTs, I noticed that like, there was like a little bit of hype around Beeple when he was coming on. And, like I would, like I think kind of what everybody does is like when a new artist comes on the platform, like you look at their Twitter followers and you look at their Instagram followers to see how famous they are, right? To see how much demand there'll be down the road. And like, I remember when I saw Beeple, he had like 2 million followers at the time or something. But like, some famous people, like I remember the people that I remember that like I follow as well was like Joe Rogan, and a couple other like people that are stars, quote unquote, in pop culture that names that people recognize. So I'm like, all right, this guy's famous outside of crypto. I definitely want to do this drop. That weekend, he had a 5-minute open mint on 3 pieces. And then he had there would be 21 auctions throughout the weekend. 20 of those auctions were one of one, collections of one of one. And then the last auction was something similar to what is getting auctioned at Christie's, but it was only a compilation of the pieces for the last year in 2020. So I did the 5-minute open mint. They were $1,000 each. I was able to mint 7 of them actually, was it 7? It was either 5 minutes or 7 minutes. I don't recall, but it was one of those two.
I think it was 5 minutes.
Okay, it was 5 minutes. So, and then I had planned on maybe trying to buy a one of one, like with a max price of maybe like 25,000, 30,000 max. And they started going for like 70,000, like right off the bat. And so what ended up happening afterwards was made public was there's a collector called Matt Coven, who is the owner of this collection. He bought all of them, and he was bidding under some different pseudonyms, so it didn't make it seem like he was going after the whole collection, so that people wouldn't outbid him. And so at the end of it, he ended up getting all 20. What he decided to do was he was going to package them all together, create a museum in Decentraland, and have it be on this plot of land, and basically package all of that together. So, and that's what the B20 token is, right? Your B20 token is ownership in those 21 of ones that were auctioned by Beeple that he purchased for, I think it total was about 2 or 2.2 million. And you also own ownership in the land in Decentraland, as well as the museum that was built to showcase it. And so that came out, I think that started trading like about a month ago. And so then last week when Beeple announced that he was doing the Christie sale, I was, like B20 started going up a little bit, because if you start thinking about what this sale could go for, and you extrapolate that to these one of ones that are very unique, B20, I can make a very good argument that B20 is undervalued, even here at, I think last I saw was 650.
Yeah, but I'm pulling it up here if you can see it. It's incredible. What an incredible vision of the person that put the the meta that put this together, right? Like the digital art gallery, like the whole thing. And then I think that's always with artists, right? Where in the fine art world, where G-Money, if you're an artist and then all of a sudden you have this new show, a new drop of art, that's going to make the existing art way more valuable. Of course, if it does well. And so that's what I assume that the B20 project was banking on.